So Kyler Murray is saying goodbye. Arizona Cardinals. Welcome in, quick hitters. Welcome in, G.Mo Short Crew. Hope everybody's well on this weary Wednesday. And it is a weary Wednesday. For Kyler Murray, maybe not. I think it's a golden opportunity for Kyler Murray. It's checkmate. Kyler Murray has a chance to revitalize his career. The Arizona Cardinals, they're trying to avoid an additional $19.5 million guaranteed. They're facing a massive $54.7 million dead cap hit for 2026. We're going to react to it. I react to these things as they come in at times. Sometimes I'm only able to react to it late. But the main thing that the information gets out there. Don't matter if it comes early, don't matter if it comes late. Everybody has their own spin on these events when they happen. Cardinals have a deadline. They're going to try to release him by March 11th. And he has his own suitor of teams that he would like to go to. I think it's about 3 or 4. We'll get into that. But it's one team that a lot of people are not talking about too much. And actually about, was it last month? A few weeks, I added the Atlanta Falcons to the list. And we'll get into why. But all these teams, as you see up here. But let's talk about Kyler Murray for a minute. Kyler Murray is an undersized quarterback that relies heavily on his athleticism to make plays out there on the football field. Last season or two, he's been, I would say, up and down. Of course, he's coming off an injury. That sets him back. But he's had great moments. He's had subpar moments, we can say. My opinion, this is his last standing opportunity to prove he belongs in the NFL. So we're going to get into these teams one by one on a possibility of him joining a new franchise. Let's take a look at the Minnesota Vikings, who is on the list. To me, this is one of the teams I would say Kyler Murray should less likely join. And the only reason I say that because they have a J.J. McCarthy over there, which I would say they still trying to figure him out a little bit. Yeah, if you're Kyler, you can go over there, but really what it says is they giving up on J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy reminds me of New York Giants quarterback, young quarterback Jackson Dart. These guys are renegades. They're maniacs. They put themselves in harm's way for the football team. It's a big risk. And I'm a fan of Jackson Dart. But Jackson Dart's going to have to dial it back just a little bit coming into next season. He's going to have to learn how to slide. He's going to have to learn how to pace himself with the offense, rely on his running game, running when he has to. He's a hell of a talent. They got a new coach over there in Harbaugh. Going to do him wonders as teaching him how to be a winner, to run a football team. But my advice to Jackson Dart, which I know he's hearing it from a lot of people, teammates, coaches, whole franchise, family, calm down just a little bit. J.J. McCarthy is kind of the same way. They are fidgety, high-intensity quarterbacks at times that can work against them. So if I'm looking at this situation with Minnesota Vikings, I'm just holding that off just a little bit. Like I say, this will be one of the less likely situations for Kyler Murray to join. Due to J.J. McCarthy, I would give him one more go at it. But if not, they really want to buy into Kyler Murray, hey, go ahead and pick him up. Will you have him as your backup? See what J.J. McCarthy does? I don't know that situation. They have to figure it out, but it's a less likely location. His best option is try to go to a location where he can start right away. And that leads us to our next team, the New York Jets. Rebuilding, trying to get themselves back to winning. This is a situation Kyler Murray can come right in and start, in my opinion. You got a new coach in Aaron Glenn, which I respect, I like. But Aaron Glenn himself is going to have to learn how to dial it back. High intense coach, accountability driven. And I think he learned a lot last season trying to be too hands on, trying to police the situation with his players, setting a standard, rubbing a lot of them the wrong way. Some of his star players. But I believe coming in this season, Aaron Glenn is going to have a whole different approach. He's still going to have that foot on their necks, but he's going to ease up just a little bit. He's not going to be trying to go too crazy out there. Allow his team to make mistakes and learn from them. Not looking to pull somebody out, benching them, suspending them, being a little more patient. But in this situation, Kyler Murray could start for the New York Jets, the so-called rebuilding New York Jets. So this will be a real option. We go down here to Miami Dolphins, which this is a very good location as well for Kyler Murray. I don't think we need to get into everything about the Miami Dolphins, what's been going on since last season. Defense dismantled, giving up 60 to 100 points on defense. Head coach being fired. No one knows what the hell he was doing, or he was bought in, or did he want to be fired. Tua, their quarterback. 1 minute he looks okay. Next minute seemed like he should be in the Pee Wee leagues. So they're in deep need for a quarterback. Kyler Murray can revitalize his career in Miami. Will they win right away? Who knows? Depends on the turnaround. Kind of players they're going to be adding, what they're going to do. To me, they got to build it from the ground up. They lost their structure. They lost respect in the franchise. All that got to get built right back up. They can start there with Kyler Murray, being their starting quarterback. He can go to the Miami Dolphins and start right away, Kyler Murray, as well as the New York Jets. This next team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, I didn't even have them on my radar, and I don't even know why. Possibility, location for Kyler Murray. This is fabulous, actually. Knowing that you have a peanut brittle, aging Aaron Rodgers, possibly, I don't know if it's guaranteed yet or he's still going to hold him out and wait of him coming back to be the starting quarterback. But this is a position where I'm talking about that Kyler Murray can come in as a backup. If Aaron Brittle Rodgers is coming back to the Pittsburgh Steelers, this will be a great location for Kyler Murray. Because let's be honest, Kyler Murray hasn't really shown anything for at least a season and a half. Now he's nicked and dinged up. You're going into a new situation, whether it's with any of these franchises. You have to learn the system. You got to get comfortable being in a new location. Sometimes starting right away, when this guy don't have no time to lose, this is his last standing position. Let's understand that. 28, 29 years old. This is his last chance to prove he belongs in the NFL. You want to make sure it's right. So him being a backup quarterback is not a bad idea either. I almost prefer that. Him coming into Pittsburgh, backing up Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to finish the season. He's not going to play all 17 games. More than likely, he's going to miss some games. You have a veteran in Kyler Murray to take his spot till he gets healthy, or Kyler Murray finishes the season as a starting quarterback. That is the best possible scenario for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If they have an opportunity to pick up Kyler Murray as a backup, only if Aaron Rodgers decides to come back, will be a smart move. Smart move for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we're going to get into the Atlanta Falcons. The one I knew right away when he came available of teams that would be a great pickup for Kyler Murray was the Atlanta Falcons. And I know you got Michael Penix Jr. over there, but he's another quarterback that's on a roller coaster. And he has a knee injury. This is a situation what I would do if I'm the Atlanta Falcons. If I'm seriously thinking about bringing Kyler Murray in, I'm bringing him in as a backup. This is another team I will bring Kyler Murray in as a backup. This is the last chance to me for Michael Penix Jr. Prove to me you can start for this football team and stay healthy. I will evaluate the situation, have Kyler Murray be the backup quarterback. See what Michael Penix Jr. does the start of the season, maybe week 5, week 6. See what you like. And if you don't, make the decision. Move in Kyler Murray in the starting position. Whatever you do with Michael Penix Jr. after that, another franchise, benching, whatever you want to do with him, but you move in a different direction and give Kyler Murray a shot. That will be a great position for the Atlanta Falcons. To me, I think that's the best position I would go. That and the Pittsburgh Steelers would be my top locations for Kyler Murray to join. But let's make no mistake about it. Kyler Murray has a lot to prove. He's one of those guys that you question, do he really love the game of football? How is his work ethic? Because right now, you should be getting the best of Kyler Murray in this new location. He should be motivated. He should want to prove he belongs. So what you see moving forward from him, everything's got to be golden. Any kinks in the armor, I'm giving up on Kyler Murray. He's already undersized. He's a press quarterback as well. If he's not making dynamic plays, he's not making plays at all. Also a risk for injury. Coming off of one. It can happen again. Small frame, scrambling out of the pocket, putting a lot of pressure on that little small frame body he has. It can happen again. And if I'm Kyler Murray, 28, 29 years old, I'm trying to perfect the quarterback position from the pocket. Scramble when you need to. I'm not saying stop scrambling, but you need to perfect throwing from that pocket. Understand, this is a guy who can't see over the offensive line. So that's why you see a lot of rollouts. You see him escape early on a lot of pass routes. So he can actually see. He has to roll out, bootlegs, or just scramble, hit the sidelines just so he can see his receivers. That's how small this quarterback is. He can't just pass from the pocket. So he has a lot going against him. I wish him the best. I like Kyler Murray. But like I say, if he's not bought in and he's not ready to come into this season with his new franchise, do everything they need him to do to either start or be the backup. Me personally, I would bring him in as a backup. Not to be a backup the whole season, but to evaluate the situation on the starting quarterback they do have. And if they can't pan out, wouldn't hesitate to move him in. Give him an opportunity. This is his last stand. Like I said before, this is Kyler Murray's last stance. Because after this, they are going to give up on him. They are. You can label him in the same categories as the Cordell Stewarts.
Oh, no.
The Mitch Trubisky's. Or even the Tua Tagovailoas. Let's hear what everybody else is saying about it.
The Cardinals cutting Kyler Murray. They would owe him around $37 million guaranteed for this upcoming season. Another $20 million or so would have triggered on March 15th. But our Jonathan Jones reporting that this move was expected even before the season was over. The league anticipated a release, so no one made a trade for Kyler Murray because they knew that he would be available. So that's where we're going to start. Chris Hassel, Amanda Guerra, Kyle Long, Pete Prisco. Kyler Murray is out there. Where do we expect him to be next season? Will he be a starter?
Well, all the quarterback-needy teams are going to be making calls on him. I mean, here's what you have to ask yourself. What's the price going to be? And is the price going to be higher than what Malik Willis will get? Will the price be higher than what anybody else on the market is going to get?
Who would you rather have?
Kyler Murray. No question about it. Kyler Murray has played games. He's got experience. We don't know what Malik Willis could do. He's only started 4 games, and there's a small sample size. Look, did Kyler Murray have some issues? Yeah, but he's had some good games, and he's had some good years. So I do think that there's going to be a market for him. The question you have to ask yourself, if you're in that market, is, are you committed to him for the long run? And the reason I say that, let's use the New York Jets, for example. If they were to sign Kyler Murray, is he their guy? Are you giving him a long-term deal, or are you making him?
Matter of fact, no, I'm not giving him a long-term deal. But I will give him 2, 3, maybe 2-year deal. Reason why, he has to prove himself. We don't even know if he's going to come back right. When last time he's played real competitive football to where he's leading a team, bought in, making plays? It's been a while. And that's why I say the best position for Kyler Murray is to go to a franchise where he's QB2. Learn the offense. Get to know your new teammates. See how everything is operating. Then when the opportunity presents itself, he comes in more ready. You throw him out there in the fire, you're risking this guy. Because remember, this is his last go-around. He don't have a whole bunch of them. This is it, to prove himself. You want to make sure he's ready.
The stopgap guy until you go into the draft next year, which should be a good quarterback draft. I think those are the questions you have to ask. Where could he go? Let's look at the quarterback-needy teams. Let's start with the Jets. Makes sense. They don't have anybody. But what are you giving him? Are you giving him a 1-year deal, 2-year deal? How are you doing? You giving him the Justin Fields deal, 2 years, $40 million? Is he going to take that? The Vikings, they don't have any cap room, and he doesn't seem like a fit in that Kevin O'Connell offense. The Steelers, it looks like Rodgers is going to come back. If he doesn't, I think they could be in play. But where else? Miami? I mean, Miami could be another team. How about this one, the Atlanta Falcons? And the reason I say that, we don't know where Michael Penix is in terms of his health coming off that 3rd knee injury. Are they committed to Michael Penix? This is a new regime. Matt Ryan is in there.
Also to bring up on that Atlanta Falcons situation, Kirk Cousins. He's looking to be released. The franchise tag king himself, Kirk Cousins, the ultimate Band-Aid. He can stop the bleeding. And what the old saying says, the operation was a success, but the patient died. That's the same thing with Kirk Cousins. He could stop the bleeding, but once he make it to the operation table, he's not going to make it. That's why it would be a great move for Kyler Murray to join the Falcons.
So Kevin Stefanski, the coach. So I think that's a possibility. I'll give you one more. This will sound crazy, but the Cleveland Browns. We know that Todd Monken likes mobile quarterbacks. When you look at Shedeur Sanders, that's not exactly who he is. When you look at Deshaun Watson.
If he goes to Cleveland, boy, that's going to stir up some mess. It's going to be all over again. Forget about Stefanski. Put Kyler Murray on that team to compete with Shedeur Sanders for a quarterback position. You want to talk about some headlines coming into next season if that was a possibility. I say no go on that, but who knows?
That's not exactly who he is. So could he be in play there for the Cleveland Browns?
Well, there you have it. All the locations, what people actually think. And what I believe, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Atlanta Falcons, would be an ideal location for Kyler Murray to revitalize his career. Jets, yeah, strong possibility. I can see that. But if you want to go to a winning franchise like right now to have a possibility to be in the playoffs, to contend, put yourself on television, showcase your skills, Pittsburgh Steelers, Atlanta Falcons. Jets are in a complete rebuild, if you want to say that. I don't think it'll be a complete turnaround, But who knows? It's the NFL. It can happen. What do y'all think? Kyler Murray, is he a wash? Do he have something left in the tank? What team you believe he should be going to? Or the best option? G.S.Q.H. Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. This is another Quick Hit Spotlight. Kyler Murray on the move. Enjoy your weary Wednesday. Thanks for your time. Time is something you can't get back, and you chose to spend it watching this video. Appreciate it. We out of here. Peace.